You know, the most important thing is to commit to what you're practicing, yeah? I know I said it yesterday, but I'm going to say it again. Because when you're here, there's a lot of energy. And then on some level, apart from the work you're doing, that energy sustains you. So now it's up to you to unify. You have to sustain your own energy. You know, when you were here, all the rubbish started to leave, and you've created an internal emptiness, a place where you can have consciousness. And you've already started to cultivate that consciousness or liberate that consciousness, because it was always there, no? It's not something you grew. But you need to keep watering it. Okay, so you need to keep unifying. It's important to do your hour a day. And when you're walking around and the head starts on dramas or fears or doubts, start introducing the facets to stop it. You know, use the facets to come back into the present moment. Praise love for this moment in its perfection. And keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. Okay? Read consciousness. Listen to consciousness. All of these Darshans are in YouTube. All of the movies are in YouTube. Everything's in our webpage. You know, read the books. Take the books with you, whilst we still have some in paper. We nearly don't have any more. Now everything's online, no? Sustainable development. Okay, and it's important to have these tools. You know, try not to get hooked into drama. Try not to be creating drama. And start looking for that place of permanent peace, yeah? Move the stress and look for support. Good? Okay, any questions?
It's not a question, it's a gratefulness. Thank you very much. From my heart, I'm very grateful. I want to share a little bit of how I arrived and how I'm living. I arrived super full of sadness, all what you can imagine. My trip was complicated, but I arrived. And I feel now very happy because at the second day, I felt that I was like getting mad. I wanted to smoke. I wanted to eat bread. I wanted to see TV. I wanted so many things. And I was able to feel at peace. And I'm very grateful to my Sylvia, my facilitator, that since the very first day, she was listening to me. And I moved, and I moved, and I moved. And she was so wonderful with me. She tolerated everything. Thank you to all the facilitators that were listening to me, and to you, Isha, and to you, Annie, and to all of you, all the ones that took care of us so wonderfully. I'm living very happy.
Bueno.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Wina. I want to ask you about the fear of losing control, because it's a strong fear. And not only internal, but the control, the loss of the control of the mind, to lose the control. When you say the depth, I see the fear there. And once it happened to me to be unifying super deep, and like a panic, I came up with panic, not being able to move, breathing. Can you talk about that to me?
Well, firstly, that was
Primero,
ancient, no?
eso fue hace muchísimo tiempo, ¿no?
So forget it. It was just distress. You know, you need to stop. Your control is fear. And you still feed the fear. Like you remember things, one thing, but there's millions of fabulous things. And you have to see the direction of your mind to see what's wrong. And that provokes fear. And you don't need to have any fear. To let go of control, you have no control. It's an illusion in your head. I have control, therefore I am safe. But you have no control, but you are safe because you are the greatness of who you are. So you have to go beyond the control and find the greatness of who you are permanently. And you know, you say, oh, I lose control of my mind. The mind keeps you out. It's good that you be in. Be in your heart. Start surrendering to your heart. And enjoying that. Because control doesn't give you joy. It has attention. Or no? Yeah, well, let it go. You know, you have to make a choice. Do I want to be happy or do I want to be in control? Because the two things together, they don't work. You have to have the capacity to put it down, put it down, put it down, put it down, and trust. It's from that trust that you're open to new experiences. And this is another thing. With control, the door's locked. This is my limit. This is what I know. If you want to open the door and experience more, you have to walk through it with tools. What are those tools? Surrender, innocence, trust, tools of a child. And then you'll open 100 new doors. You know, don't stop now. Oh, my life's good, I'm happy, I'm stable, I can support people, but there's always more. And don't limit yourself. Open to all the possibilities. Yes? Very good. Muy bien.
But I want to ask you to help me to remove burden. That is the lack of, the fear to lack of lack. Even if many, many years ago I'm very stable, what happened before 25 years, at least it remained there, that fear. And that fear is something that when it attacks me, makes me get
It attacks
scared.
you.
Te ataca.
It comes. Okay, so when it starts to attack, you have to remember one thing. I create in this moment. My abundance in this moment. So when the fear comes, I ask myself one simple question. What's wrong in this moment? What's missing in this moment? And what's the answer? Nothing. So use the facets. You know, this is your stress. When the stress comes, recognize it. Just because it's one of your themes, you don't have to make it into a big deal. Just another thought. Oh, what's wrong in this moment? Oh, I'm abundant in this moment. I'm creating what I need in this moment. And this moment, and this moment, and this moment, and this moment, and this moment. That's a past moment. A past moment. And see how it grips you. And don't allow it. And remember, we all have our little hooks, no? So just laugh at it. And just remember, what's happening in this moment? Nothing.
How to differentiate when I'm flowing, letting go of control, trusting, or being passive and not being responsible of my challenges because I am afraid.
I think for someone like you, it's very clear because you naturally are very controlling. And so if you have any question, then obviously that's what's happening. You know, you can let go in each moment, but to choose to ignore or remove is against your nature. So you need to see that. Only you can define that. And you have the clarity to define that. Just go a bit deeper. Am I afraid? Or am I fine? Am I letting go? Or am I avoiding? That's the only way you can see. To go in and to feel, maybe I'm not pushing because I feel complete in this moment. I feel at peace. I don't have such strong desires. Or maybe I really want, but I'm afraid I can't achieve it. Only you can answer those questions. Only you can answer those questions.
When I experience a silence, unifying, and how at home I can recreate it again when I'm not having the time, enough time to unify the 3 hours or the 4 hours.
You know, that experience is in you. And you just have to surrender to it. You don't need 3 hours. You need 1 second. But the thing is, you're starting to experience that silence. But it's not going to be there all the time. Stop looking for it. Just allow it to unfold. You can't force silence. You can't force meditation. You can't force it. You surrender and let go. Sometimes there'll be thoughts. Sometimes there'll be profound silence. But it's not about the time. It's about the moment. And when you let go of the attachment, it becomes more permanent. That place of no mind. It will become easy. But practice, you know. Like stop every hour, just for 30 seconds. Close your eyes and connect. Oh, there it is. There it is. And then move into action. You know, because it's like a muscle. It's easy to get lost in the head. But if you have something like an alarm, and you just give yourself that 30 seconds just to stop, go in. Oh, there it is. There it is. Praise love for this moment in its perfection. And then move into action. Yes. It's easy, no? It's very easy. I do that.
I have attention deficit with hyperactivity symptom. And I just see that I became an expert controller to try to not live from the time, like being in time, to do according with what the other people and my mother will expect from me. So now I feel I'm afraid to be. Can you talk about this?
I'm just amazed that you can be a control freak with attention deficit. That's an achievement. I think the attention deficit has left. Really. You know, if I was you, I'd stop labelling myself. I'd forget all about that. Because really, I think everyone in this room could get a label, no? Like we could all have one. You know, attention deficit, bipolar, blah, 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 blah. We can all have one. You need to let that go. You need to let go of the expectation of what your mother expects. And you need to look for peace. Because that is for you. Just be loving with you. Be gentle with you. Be present with you. Use the facets to be here. And be your best in each moment. Because a lot of this attention deficit comes from pressure. And it comes from stress. And you need to seal that. Because the majority of conditions can be stabilized and normal when the stress leaves. Yes? So trust in that. And keep using the facets to come back into the moment. Use that. Oh, I'm wandering off. But come back lovingly. Not, oh, I have to be in the moment, I have to be present, I have to be in control, I've got attention deficit. Don't do that. Come back gently. Oh, I'm in this moment. And move into action from that place. Yeah?
Tomorrow I leave. And I'm super grateful with all these tools that you gave us. Long ago, I took a course, and now I feel the vulnerability, the child of another time that it was trustful. But I didn't receive then the tools, so I was arriving to my life people that they were hurting again, and I didn't know how to handle. And I shut down again. Now I'm very clear with my family. They know where it's coming from. I like because they support me and they know it's for me and I give to them. But my friends, my surroundings, how to handle this how overwhelmed I feel. Because they know. Okay, what, they wash your brain? What happens sometimes, they say, I hope we'll not go from one ear or go to the other, because they know who I am. of not scare people with this, because I understand that the most important is to do what you feel. And thanks for everyone, really. All my mirrors, my friends, were companions, and I live with great friends from here.
Great.
Thank you, thank you.
You know, to be vulnerable is not to be weak. It's to be powerful. It's a person that lives in their heart. And it's to be real. And no one can hurt you. If you don't have something within you, no one can hurt you. You can feel it, you can move it, but you're creating something much stronger, which is consciousness. When you live in consciousness, you're vulnerable in every moment. I'm vulnerable in every moment. I speak the truth. If I'm sad, I cry. If I'm angry, I yell. I don't care. No one can affect me except for me. And I take responsibility for that. Move my emotion. But don't feel that it's a weakness. To live in your heart, to be vulnerable, is human. And it's extremely powerful. And it gives other people the opportunity to be vulnerable as well. Our nature is emotion. That is what a human has. And that connection comes from emotion. It doesn't come from the head. The connection's here. Love's here. Everything powerful's here. The heart's a much bigger brain than the intellect. And it connects us to totality. We're all within that. So let go of these antique thoughts. To be vulnerable is opening myself to be hurt. It's the opposite. It's opening me to heal, to connect, to find my true power, to live healthily. You know, people that live closed create illness. You know, I have a doctor in Paraguay, and he's a facilitator. And he was absolutely full of cancer, and it's gone. And he was so closed, like this. I'm not saying it's gone forever, but it's gone. You know, you can heal a lot when you remove the stress from your central nervous system. I just got that news today, so that's why I'm talking about it. Yeah, but lots of people, when they liberate stress and start to live in their hearts, give the body the opportunity to heal itself. You know, it's not that the system heals. It removes the stress and the body heals. So remember that next time you want to shut down and be powerful and push everything away. Just remember, that's not power. Power looks like this. Not like this.
Several years ago, I worked with an organization that rescue animals from the street. And when you are in that, I have a lot of, you're in touch with and just horrible things that happen sometimes. And I've seen how through the years, many people, valuable people, that help us took distance because it was too hard. It was affecting them too much to be in touch with those situations. How can we do to help without it affecting emotionally.
You know, if you see anything that's been damaged, be it an animal or children or humans, it's only natural that it affects you, no? It's shocking. You know, I'm always saving animals. But you have to stop seeing them as victims and taking it on yourself. You need to move your emotion and give. It's not that it accumulates. If you're focused on doing that, you give your best in each moment. You come up with a practical solution in each moment. But you can't suffer it. To have an emotion, to feel sad, to see the injustice, it doesn't mean to suffer. To suffer is to run it through your head. Why did it happen? Who did this? What? How horrible? The world's full of injustice. And in order to give, you need to be empowered. And in order to be empowered, you have to heal your own victim. And there's moments that you can do something. And there's moments where you can't do anything. But you can't lose yourself.
Mi pregunta es específica hacia mi cuerpo. Tengo alergias en my eyes, en mis ojos. Me atacan de un momento a otro, aunque esté con medicamento. So, básicamente es hablar un poquito más, por favor.
You know, I don't really know what to say. You know, unification heals a lot of things. But different people have different allergies that are environmental. You know, I can't say, oh, well, if I unify, that will leave. You know, I have dry eye. And I'm always having to put drops because I don't blink. Because of this energy, I have to remind myself to blink. So I walk around going, blink, Isha, blink, 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 blink. You know, and it doesn't matter how much I unify. But what I have noticed, that when we confront our allergies, they often disappear. You know, I've had teachers heal many allergies. Allergic to dogs, to cats. Well, if they live with me, they have to heal that. C or what hope is there? But I think as you remove the stress from the nervous system, it starts to improve, no? But I can't say it's absolute. You know, Annie has allergies and they don't improve. Oh, it's true. She controls, yeah, with her attention deficit. Are you present? Yes? I caught you. Off she went. I'm not making fun of you. Yeah, I am. Are they made extra bit high because you're extra short, or?
I had a weird situation a few days ago. And I was with my eyes closed, putting facets. And I had felt an emotion, so I started putting facet to see what happened. And suddenly it disappeared. So I was going to open my eyes, and a very deep part of myself was as if I came a voice, but it was not a voice. It was a sensation of something very innocent. As if it was pulling, saying, don't go, don't go. So I want to know if you know. What was that inner voice?
So she was unifying, and she connected with her consciousness.
Yes, and suddenly she was going to open her eyes, and that.
And the consciousness pull you. Yeah, sweet. Good.
What is that?
It's your consciousness. Yeah, it's your friend. Your best friend. The love within you. Saying, don't go. Stay there.
I'm in a moment of finishing my career and start working and separated from my parents, and I feel like I'm so afraid to start working. Like something, as if I'm not able to do that. And I know I have a lot to give, but it's hard to take that step. Can you talk about how to trust more in myself?
So there's only one way. You have to anchor in consciousness, because you have all the tools, and move into action. And don't focus on the fear. Focus on having fun. Focus on giving. What sort of job is it? Oh well, good. What's to be afraid of? You know your stuff, so just do it. And do it from a place of joy, not a place of control or trying to look important. Just give and be innocent and be open to learn. And there's one thing that's really important. When you first start in anything, if someone tells you something, even if you know it, just listen and say thank you. Okay, there's nothing more annoying than new people that know everything. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. So in order to grow and to receive, just be open and allow people to give to you, and you'll learn much, much more. Even if you know it, just stay open. And that's a big secret when you start working, because the more innocent you are, the more willing you are, more open you are, the quicker you grow. And the more people want to help. Yes, that's the receta for success. Really. Thank you all.
Gracias a todos.
Come visit our webpage for books, movies, and our wonderful retreat centers. Isha's simple yet powerful system is transforming lives around the world.